Well, the High Representative, the EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs, Federica Mogherini, held a press conference with the Austrian Defense Minister, Mario Kunasek, and they were clearly at pains to portray unity. On the one hand, they started out by saying that the EU's defense and security package worked out over the last year and a half or so is up and running. They said that they had had what they called constructive talks about the continuation of the Sophia search and rescue operation, that mission in the Mediterranean, of course, the EU picking up migrants in danger of drowning. They said they'd had constructive discussions with other defense ministers about that, and there was unity in agreement that that mission should continue. However, they did concede that there is disagreement about the apportioning of those refugees. So the fact is that on the face of it, unity, but when Mrs. Mogherini was asked whether or not she could ascertain any sense of a solution, she wouldn't allow herself to be pinned down on that. I asked her as well on a second topic of interest to the Austrian presidency, which is, of course, the proposal that there be joint police and military operations to defend the EU borders against migration. That's a paper put forward by the Austrian defense minister. And there, Mogherini, the EU High Representative, noting that under EU law, there can be no deployment of EU militaries on another country's territory. So potential obstacles ahead on that front as well.
Anthony, Turkey's foreign minister also attended those talks, so Ankara is still keen to join the EU.
As you noted in the introduction the United States is being seen by the EU, by key EU players, as a no longer reliable security partner. And so interestingly, despite all the tension that has come to the forefront over the last year or so between Turkey and the European Union, Turkey, to an extent, finds itself pushed into the arms of the European Union again, and the European Union has been making more positive noises towards Turkey about the need for cooperation. Let's not forget that this entire meeting here of both the defense ministers and the foreign ministers is being overshadowed by the continuing furor about the migration issue. We've had the interior minister of Italy just yesterday, I believe, attacking French President Emmanuel Macron. And we've had the situation in eastern or former eastern Germany, where we've seen far-right protesters apparently chasing down migrants. So this has all overshadowed the meeting here, despite the sense that its principal protagonists are trying to portray unity. And of course, Turkey, with the deal that it struck with the European Union a couple of years ago or so, is crucial as well in ensuring that the flow of migrants from that part of the world towards the European Union is, at least from that direction, to a certain extent kept in check. So certainly, yes, there have been signals emerging from this meeting that on the EU-Turkey front, there may be efforts underway on both sides to paper over, at least to a certain extent, some of the principal differences.
All right, thank you very much indeed, Anthony. Anthony Mills joining us there.